this is one of the reasons why people can't listen. They can't listen because it's the way they've been geared. Real quick, we're going to look at the Dorland's Pocket Medical Dictionary, and then we're going to look at our book about biochemistry, and we're going to give you both definitions. We're going to give you the very brief definition that you have in the medical field, and then we're going to give you our definition, because I'm part of this clique now. It was either this or what you're in that we're going to talk about. And you see where we're at now. And some of the people, it's the same thing. You know, when one really gets out of it's a machine. It's hard for any one person to be able to look at this for what it is, because there's so many layers of deception. And I can penetrate right through every bit of it. And it still opens up more doors for me, because it's amazing. It's truly amazing, but it all lies within here. It lies within the brains. And every brain is a computer. Okay? Now, the occipital lobe, which is going to be on the back part back here, and your sensorium organ, which is going to be your faculties and senses. Your occipital lobe is more visual. I'm going to keep that there because medical people might comment and go, blah, 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 blah. Okay, listen, as the cerebrum, which is your memory. The computer is the RAM. This is the cerebrum. This is what stores memory right here. This does. Okay, now, as the brain is developing inside of schools, the imagination is growing too, with Disney and movies and inside. In their whole existence, it's just all lies and deception in there. And that's why, as the child, that's why you want to be an astronaut. If you're old enough, you want to be a baseball player when you get older. You want to be this, you want to be that. And that alone opens up a door to, to the brain just being in that field when that's not real. I know most people are like, what is he? Listen, you're in a generational occult in prison. Prison is what y'all are in. And then the senses and the faculties. You need to think about it. We come from water. Okay, there's no pools in any schools. There is, but not all of them. Why doesn't all citizens should know how to swim? Well, for one, you're made of water more than anything. So that means we should be swimming more. We should have been, no, we get jaws and all that. So there's that connection gone. There's a faculty, and then they make you afraid of water, which is insane. That's just one small example. And then the nose needs to breathe in the different fragrances of flowers, just the carnations, the shrubs, the trees. They need to understand, what goes on with this brain and the anatomy and how everything natural should be going into there. Instead, everybody's got these plug-in things, seal the doors, and everybody has filled their houses up with literal chemicals. Safe now. And then this is the house. This is the house. Now, just keep paying attention, because we're going to read a few things. But I'm just giving you, I'm trying to open up your mind, to where you can see how you have been generationally misled by design, and how your faculties and senses have been developed inside in buildings, around looking down. And as the children are growing, their organs are growing, they're sitting down. And what is that going to do? And pregnant women, whenever they're sitting down and slunched over, those blood vessels and stuff connected, if certain fluids don't get to that baby, it causes lifetime illnesses that you don't see right off. And those create careers. Now, with all that being said, what we're going to do is we're going to go to This right here, Dorland's Pocket Medical Dictionary, 29th edition. It's the Bible. By definition, oh, and listen, they do get one right, which I know they can't, you can't lie about what this is. Bios, which means life, or what do they have it? Yeah, life, living. But in here it's bio. This is how it's spelled in here. And then in here, right there it is, look. Biochemistry, right here. The definition is the chemistry of living organisms and of vital processes. That's it. Okay. Well, let's go right over here. The word biochemistry is formed from bios, the Greek for life, and chemistry. Webster defines chemistry as that branch of science which treats of the composition of substances and of the changes which they undergo. Unquote. Therefore, biochemistry taken literally means that branch of science which treats of the composition of living substances, both animal and vegetable, and of the process of their formation. By usage, has given the word a somewhat different signification. And the following is a more accurate definition. That branch of science which treats of the composition of the bodies of animals and vegetables, the processes by which the various fluids and tissues are formed, the nature and causes of the abnormal condition caused disease, and the restoration of health by supplying to the body the deficient cell salts. Real quick, Matthew 5:13, Jesus says, "Ye are the salt of the earth. And if the salt has lost its savor, wherewith it shall be salted, it is thenceforth good for nothing and trodden under foot of men," which is where we are. The chemical composition of nearly every fluid and tissue in the human body has long been known. But until biochemistry was introduced, no practical use had been made of this knowledge in the treatment of the sick. The so-called science of medicine has no claim to the name science. No doctor knows with any degree of certainty the action of the something he gives. This is old, and it's copied, and you can't see it. He prescribes simply as he was taught. So don't be surprised when his patients survive his treatments. All he knows about his medicine is that they are listen, it says they're poisons, and when administered under certain conditions, they usually produce certain symptoms. Biochemistry is science, not experimentalism. There is no more of a mystery and a miracle about it than about all natural laws. The food and drink taken into the stomach and the air breathed into the lungs furnish all the materials of which the body is composed. By the juices of the stomach, pancreas, and liver, the food is dissolved and the useful particles are taken up by the absorbents. These are carried to the lungs where the addition of oxygen from the air, they are changed to blood. The blood supplies the materials necessary for forming every tissue and fluid in the body and for carrying forward every process. An analysis of the blood shows it contains organic and inorganic matter. The organic constituents are sugar, fats, and albuminous substances. The inorganic constituents are water and certain minerals, commonly called cell salts. Of a living human being, water constitutes over 7/10. The cell salts about 1/20. Organic matter, the remainder. So what we have real quick is just those two definitions. Chemistry represents you. Okay? And we're looking at an alchemical word. Al represents God. And you're an image of God. So the chemicals in you represent God. Chemical. Biochemistry. Life. Living. You are. Okay? And when the material is not in there that this is made of, especially when it comes to alcohol. Because see, look, alchemical, alcohol, alkaline. It's alkalinic is the fluid in the brain. Okay? In the old days, they used to have the god Kali. But see, in the brain, there's more Kali phos. That's what I'm saying. It's right in front of you. You listen, the way your brain has been designed, okay, it's hard to accept it, but it's everything in there is nothing. When you can learn, like, you've been designed to get an answer right now. I think you see everything we've got. It's like, you know what I've seen money do? Destroy families. Money ain't no different than alcohol. It gives them all a right to be a dummy. And never seek and never, ever, ever look anywhere at all. You know, and I just wanted to share this with you real quick. Because we'll touch some more stuff, but you know, this word goes back to Egypt. I'm trying to think. Actually, I think it does mean Egypt. I'm pretty sure it does. And see, the thing is it's like Egypt. Those pyramids over there in Egypt, even though pyramids were everywhere, all those hallways and shit in the pyramid represent the ventricles and stuff in the brain. So nobody'd ever forget. And where are we at? We forgot. And what have they done? Oh, it's aliens and woo, all kinds of shit, man. Yeah. And do you see what I mean? When you sit down every night and watch something over and over till it becomes concrete in here. And those people, they have the same meth attributes as meth addicts. The ones with the TB and just, they cannot get out from under it. Every time I see somebody just sitting there, I can see me when I was on meth a long time ago, just looking out the fucking window. There ain't nothing out there. There's nothing coming. There's nothing that's going to help me. I'm looking into nothing. And it's the same with them. They're just sitting there looking into nothing. And the chemicals that we consume in the environment that we're given go in there. Like it said in the book, what we eat and all this, like when we breathe and it's all this is combined, it makes our blood. But when this is glorified and chemicals in the food and the fast foods and all that's glorified, now you've got not even a human being. Now everything in here is designed to make it control. Hey, you see what I mean? The people that they're just ignorant. They're little bitty robots of Ahriman. That's all it is. It's not hard to see it. This is the Ahriman spirit right here. This is Ahriman works for Lucifer. Now we're getting spiritual. You need to get this book right here. You need to get this book. You need to get this book. It was one of the other two. Where would we be at right now if that industry made it? We wouldn't be here in this situation. See, when you are burned at the end of your life and cremated, all 12 mineral salts are left in the cremated remains. Nothing from the pharmaceutical industry is left in you. So it should make sense. There's nothing in there that works. You're a battery. Guess what? You're going to heal regardless of what the fuck you put in you. Thinking you're all sick. When the lungs do not get out of what's down here, and then the body doesn't move, and the pores shut, and all it stays in here, that's what causes y'all's sicknesses. Oh yeah, and then all this shit people watch, that causes the brain to have headaches and nothing good in there at all. He's crazy. He's crazy. I'm just saying, you know, I mean, this is the easiest way to explain what this is. You know, because you are alkaline. The wine in Scripture it talks about is turning water, which is what you breathe in, the process it goes through, and then into blood, which would be fine wine. But everybody's wine in here is disgustingly, it's natural ice. It's even worse than that. I've got, what would be the top shelf now? Hell, I don't even know anymore. I don't even know, but I've got that $800 shit wine. Probably, I've got the most expensive wine. Listen, they've changed things and added things, but the whole concept, because look, God, Jesus, any higher power, since we're in this kind of video, is not going to give you alcohol. And then Google it. It says, yeah, it's good to drink, or it's okay to drink, but not in excess. Okay, the pills. Here you go. Here's pills that can kill the whole neighborhood. But keep them in the cabinet or hide them. You don't take them, we need to get them back from you. It's insanity on all levels. But that's where we are. The chemistry of the brain has seen so many commercials, and all they know is the pill life. That's it. It's an Ahrimanic spirit that goes along with Mother Cersei. So, I love you. Hell yeah.